Welcome to the visual release notes for Express version 2024.2. In this short visual release notes video, we'll look at the highlights for our recent release, as well as two resources that help to explain the major aspects of this release. Here's a few changes that can help you in your work. We've resolved an issue that causes application errors for some personal support workers when they created a service-delivered billing entry for OR 507 Daily Relief Care. And for Daily Relief Care, we've also ensured that overtime calculates correctly for PSWs providing group services, and that the authorizations also now display in the Express Mobile EVV section for personal support workers that are also direct support professionals or DSPs for an agency. We've fixed a display issue related to service group score on the Oregon Needs Assessment search and report pages, and we've removed many old guides that were no longer applicable from the help menu. Now, this is a larger project in the coming months where we'll be trying to update those materials and simplify that help menu for you to use. Along with that, we've updated various email addresses in the system and hyperlinks that are available on the Contact Us page, so that you can contact the right email inbox when you need to. However, the majority of this release focuses on two brand new features in our system. First, the Children's Extraordinary Needs Program functionality, and second, the implementation of PSW steps and fixed rates. In June, we held a webinar series that was a combination of both presentation, animated videos, and video demonstrations, and each of those was a little over 30 minutes long. These recent webinars were well received, with very positive feedback from those that joined. I'd like to say thank you to those from the Express team and the policy experts from ODDS who joined, as well as those from our CME partners that participated and engaged in the question and answer that took place as well. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from each webinar. Starting with the Children's Extraordinary Needs Program, we reviewed in detail the new View Client Extraordinary Needs Eligibility section. And at the time of this video recording, that section is now available for case management entity staff to use. And we demonstrated authorizing OR 525 parent attendant care in the plan of care. And we also provided an overview of the paid parent DSP form and how OR 525 works in Express Mobile EVV. And lastly, we covered the Extraordinary Needs Waiver Enrollment Report, which is also now available for CME staff to use at the time of this recording. Now, the second major portion of our release was the implementation of PSW steps, fixed rates, and differentials. Here's a few highlights from that webinar. First, we covered an explanation of how personal support workers are assigned to a step, including details for legacy personal support workers. We covered how Express calculates the rate for a new service prior authorization on personal support workers' services, and several pages that were updated to support PSW steps and fixed rates. We covered those too, such as the View SPA page and the View Claim page. We also had demonstrations of using the new CIIS transfer checkbox, including clearly explaining when this will appear and how to use it. And we took a look at the new step rate report as well. And now the recordings of each of these webinars are available for you to watch on ODDS's YouTube channel. The links for those videos is found in the Express Train email, and they'll be added to the Express help menu as well. As mentioned before, we had dozens of changes to the help menu in this release, with many more coming in our next release. Check out the full list of changes by clicking the button PDF List of Changes in the Express Train email. And don't forget, we have plans to begin our monthly recurring webinar series in 2024. In these introductory webinars, users will learn the basics of the Express system and also learn their way around the resources that are available, such as the YouTube videos, the Workday Learning courses, and all of the help guide documentation. And for more details about all the changes that went into this release, check out the full release notes that appear at the bottom of the Express Train post-release email. And thank you for watching the Express version 2024.2 visual release notes.